The fire we reported at the old fire hall is still burning out.
Do you sometimes feel confused or lost in the complications and complexities of life? Do you feel drained, listless, or exhausted from the daily burdens and responsibilities? Why not seek our campus ministers on air every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon? Listen to our counselors from the Loyola School's Campus Ministry Office as they ground our lives in our faith, in our school's spiritual tradition. Campus Ministers on Air. Be guided, be inspired, be blessed. Listen to our Campus Ministers on Air.
Hi, my name is Albert,
And my name is Edison.
and we're from
The Ateneo Catechetical Instruction League.
We're the oldest org on the campus.
We even have our own bus.
So, what do we do here in ASO? Here in ASO, we focus on the holistic formation of our members through a threefold initiative concerning spiritual formation, social awareness, and catechetical formation.
Besides from this, we also provide to our members a silent home where they can grow and develop meaningful relationships so that we can be the kuyas and ates of our kids and our communities.
So, what are you waiting for? Come ride with us as we teach our kids about Kuya Jess.
Hi, I'm Erica and I'm the overall coordinator of the Ateneo Christian Life Community, or ACLC for short. So before you hit pause or skip to the next video thinking that a faith formation org is not for you, don't, because it could be for you. So many times the thought of going deeper into your faith seems quite daunting, but it need not be. We don't expect our members to be hardcore religious and have the perfect understanding of their faith. What matters is the desire to go deeper into whatever it is that you believe in. ACLC as an organization allows you to explore your faith, venture out to different area communities, while at the same time be in the company of friends. So yes, that is ACLC in a nutshell, and hope you guys join the ACLC family. Woo!
Great! Great! Rolling. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm Lance Francisco,
And I'm Denise Morelos.
and we're from the Ateneo College Ministry Group, also known as the ACMG. Now, did you know that the ACMG has been serving in Mass for almost 40 years? Whether it's through joining the choir or helping out in facilitating the Mass, you guys can serve too.
ACMG is committed to fellowship through internal formation, service, and communion for our Loyola community, and making a fun, loving barkada in Cristo. So now we're implementing programs that are centered on fellowship, love, and friendship, such as Shiva. Now here in ACMG, members are not just called to serve, but they're also invited into a community.
Now, why should you guys join? Well, even if you guys don't have much experience in serving, we hold mass service training so you guys can learn too. And well, if you guys choose to respond to one of God's calling, then ACMG just might be the right org for you.
So join ACMG, guys!
Woo!
Hi, I'm Denise from Aspen.
Hi, friends.
The Ateneo Catholic Action is an organization that aims to provide basic scripture
Through the integration of its key pillars, education, spirituality, community, apostolate, and social action, ASCA seeks to deepen the formation of members to become Christ-centered individuals who possess a compassionate heart to the marginalized, live a life of prayer discernment, and respond to the urgent call for social justice.
In doing so, AXA regularly holds formation sessions to guide members and their reflections and prayers, and battles in its apostolate communities to immerse members and be one with their brothers and sisters in the earth. Join AXA!
Hello, I am Neil Generoso,
And I'm Rafael Mata.
and we are from Youth for Christ, Ateneo. So, YFCA is a community that harnesses the youth's unique energy to exhibit our love for God and exhibit strong relationships with Him. It is a home that tends to the growth of each and every one of its members.
And through different projects like our prayer meetings or youth
camps, area visits, we aim to develop and nurture everyone's talents and their desire to serve God, since it is our duty to be and bring Christ wherever we are.
So YFCA proudly invites you to become a part of our efforts to live out our faith and to create bigger impacts, not only within but outside the Ateneo.
So guys, it's not just an work, it's also a family. And as someone who's been part of it for my whole college life, I can't say I didn't have any regrets. So I hope I see you guys there.
A grace-filled Tuesday afternoon, friends. Welcome to Campus Ministers on Air, the radio program of the Loyola School's Office of Campus Ministry, where we try to find God in anything and everything under the sun. I'm Nikki, and I'll be with you this rainy Tuesday afternoon. And what was that video, or maybe you've heard it over the radio, all about? Last week, we've had what you call Rec Week. Now, we've had Rec Week or Recruitment Week, sponsored by the Council of Organizations of the Ateneo. So that video was all about the Faith Formation Cluster organization. So members, representatives from their org talk about what their org is all about. So in case you've forgotten, nasa Year of the Youth pa rin tayo, no? Which will end in November. So we'll be spending some time talking about the Faith Formation Cluster, which is very dear to my heart. Now, I was also part of the Faith Formation Cluster, part of one of their orgs, and I've invited their cluster head this afternoon, no? And you'll meet her, and she'll talk more about her own journey, no, in Faith Formation and what the orgs are all about. But before that, before we get carried away, so just like how we do things here, I invite you to sit back, relax. So maybe set aside anything that you're holding, anything that you're working on. And maybe just take a couple of deep breaths. You may make the sign of your faith, or you may bow. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
God our Father, we come together as church, the body of Christ, and through your Holy Spirit, we pray for all young people in this year of the youth, that you find meaning, purpose, and vitality in what you do daily, that you treasure your loved ones and let them know how dear they are to you, that you make choices and decisions that reflect your truest self, that you look in the mirror at least once a day and smile in happy amazement. You remember relationships are what count above all else, more than work or money, or all the material things we spend so much time tending.
That you live in an uncluttered manner, enjoying the freedom to be content. That you keep your sense of humor when things don't go the way you want. That you find adventure in each new day and marvel at the wonders of creation which constantly present themselves to you. That you never give up on yourself when others turn away or do not understand. That you are attentive to the health of your body, mind, and spirit. That you take risks and accept the growthful challenges that come to you. That you draw on your inner strength and resilience when you are in need. That you carry peace within yourself, allowing it to slip into the hearts of others, so our planet becomes a place where violence, division, and war are no more. Amen. Saint Pedro Calungsod, patron of Filipino youth.
Pray for us.
Saint Ignatius of Loyola,
Pray for us.
Mary, Mother of the Church.
Pray for us.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Yeah, so for our friends who are just tuning in or listening to us, so again, for this afternoon, we'll be talking about the Faith Formation Cluster of the Ateneo. And joining me this afternoon is one of the many Nikis in the world. So here with me is Niki Almario, the Faith Formation Cluster Head of the Council of Organizations of the Ateneo. Mag-hi ka naman sa mga fans mo, Nikki.
Hi everyone. As Ma'am Nikki said, I'm Niki Almario from 4AB Management Economics. And yes, I am the Faith Formation Cluster Head. Appointee pa. Waiting to get like voted in and stuff.
Okay.
Of COA.
Okay, so meron pang waiting for confirmation pa ba?
Yeah.
Ganun, ikaw na yan. Nandito ka na eh. Na-announce na natin eh. So how are you, Nikki? So Rec Week last week, so how was that like?
Let's see. Well, one, I got sick after rec.
Oh no!
That was fun, but that was not fun.
That's not fun. Right.
So rec week started not as we expected. It was suspended on Tuesday. Classes got suspended on Tuesday.
Right. So you only had 3 days.
Yeah. Right. It was an eventful 3 days. So the first day, I was mostly shifting with having a shift in Goa booth. But then anytime like one of the FFC orgs needed me to shift, I was already there in the FFC orgs part.
Right.
Most of the time I was shifting for ATSCA and ACMG.
So you're like their substitute whenever they need one? Is it like
Manpower is pretty low, especially since a lot of our members were seniors the year before, so all of them graduated.
I see.
And there's the few of us who aren't seniors all have classes din like at several times, so manpower was kind of a problem in some of our orgs.
Okay, no. So for our listeners who don't know what Rec Week is all about, no, it's really that week. Well, in this case, just 3 days. We're in orgs, not just the Faith Formation Cluster. Try to hunt, look for new members. They open their doors to new members so that they can join them in their activities, or actually to build on skills, or actually even to build on to get to know new friends. And so that's what happens during Rec Week. And as I mentioned, Nikki is the head of the Faith Formation Cluster. So can you tell us about the Faith Formation Cluster? What is it about?
So the Faith Formation Cluster, basically we're 5 orgs, and nothing sadly, but yung stereotype namin is we're basically the banal Jesus.
The banal Jesus. The pray God orgs. Right.
It's true naman.
It's true.
But the thing about the Faith Formation Cluster is we're building a community centered on our faith, or centered on Jesus. So
I see.
So especially this year, the effort is really on is to try to have a collaboration between the 5 FFC orgs.
Oh, I see. So that's your main role
That's my
connect them to each other?
Yeah, especially since for the 4 years I was in Ateneo, there wasn't much big collaborative projects on
I see.
FFC. So it would be really great that before I graduate, we'll have at least one big FFC project together, and everyone in the FFC can get to know each other better, because usually it's maybe 1 or 2 people, or just the EB kind of know the other people's EB, but they don't really know more about what the other orgs do, or they don't even know like the members of like a person.
Right.
Like even though we're like next door neighbors lang.
Right. They share rooms. no?
Yeah.
They share rooms. So there are 5 orgs under the Faith Formation Cluster. So what are these Banal Jesus orgs?
So there's the first one's ASL, the Ateneo Catechetical Instruction League. The second is ACLC, Ateneo Christian Life Community. Third is ACMG at the Ateneo College Ministry Group. The fourth is ATSCA, the Ateneo Student Catholic Action. And finally, we have YFCA, Youth for Christ Ateneo.
Right. So so there are 5 orgs, and I know that your home org really is
It is ACMG.
ACMG.
But I've joined all 5 orgs as of 2017.
by virtue of being FFC. Is that okay?
I mean, like, my main was always ACMG,
Right.
but by second and third year, I already had joined ATSCA and ASIL, but I wasn't as active.
I see. So now you're kind of bridging all of the orgs as the cluster head. Is that right? Right.
Hopefully, Hopefully, I'll try to divide my attention and efforts in all the orgs.
Right. Okay, so how long have you been involved in the Faith Formation Cluster? Not just, as head, but then did you have other orgs aside from FFC, or when did you start joining an FFC org?
What's this? If you join an FFC org, you're immediately like part of the cluster because it's like an umbrella. In a way.
Right.
So I've been in ACMG since I was in first year, but other than ACMG, I've had a lot of other orgs. But my main other org is MECO, the Ateneo Management Economics,
which is your home org.
Yeah.
Right.
Management Economics.
Yeah.
And then like another one is Ateneo Hinomoto.
What is that about?
It's the Japanese org.
Oh, is it part of?
It's also part of COA now. They just got accredited.
Right.
So like my friends are all EB members of Hinomoto. Ever since first year, they were so Hino active. Another org that I was kind of active in, but I haven't been active in a while, was Ateneo Blue Hanguk Society, or Blue Han, which is under Lions.
Right. So yun naman,
it's the Korean org.
So you joined the Japanese org, and then the Korean org, and then your home org, and then ACMG, so Ateneo College Ministry Group. Have you been always active in youth not youth formation, more of membership in church youth?
Ever since I was in high school, because it started, I was from Poveda in high school, and
mag-hi ka sa friends mo.
Hi to my friends in Poveda if you guys are watching, or hi to anyone from Poveda if you're watching.
Right.
So my journey kind of started because I liked singing, and there was
so you were part of the choir?
Yeah, there was a church choir. There's a church choir in Poveda. We're called the Poveda Music Ministry. And I didn't join originally in first year. I joined in first year high school. I joined like another club. But then, I volunteered several times to the point I was like almost considered a member.
So parang saling pusa.
Yeah, like almost every all the masses I was there. And like all the rehearsals I was there. So yeah. And second year I joined officially. And then from that, it really deepened like my love and understanding of God, and it made me see like the beauty in the mass even more. Because like before that, I was like really, like you go to the mass on Sunday, kind of person.
I'm interested to know how did that work. Deepening the love for God, and actually understanding the mass for I understand the same sentiments. I mean, when I was younger also, parang you only go to mass kasi your family is going to mass also, right?
Yeah.
Kaya it's out of obligation. So how was that growth in relationship with God like?
It started that like the moderator of our club in Poveda, and every time he had a song back then, he would explain like there was the meaning of the song, and like there was this one that really stuck with me. It was Far Greater Love. Like he told me the story behind that with, was it Brother Richie Fernando?
Oh, I I see.
Yeah, and like, it really kind of like that was the turn of things for me, like learning the story and then understanding more like God's message to us and more on like that kind of stuff na like to like his story na he really didn't know that guy that much, and like he sacrificed his life to like save that guy's life. Then I don't know how to explain Brother Richie Fernando's story well enough.
So ayun na, no? So for those who do not yet know the story of Brother Richie Fernando, he's one of the scholastics, I think, in the 90s, and then he was sent to Cambodia as part of his formation also in the Society of Jesus, and he sacrificed his life to save his class, and actually even there was a teenager who brought a grenade, no, and he basically sacrificed his life, and he saved even the teenager who brought the grenade, no.
Yeah.
So that I didn't know that For Greater Love was about him or dedicated to him.
I think it was like that's what the moderator of our choir back then said, and then like. And then he used to be. Turns out he was like a member of ACMG, so it's like,
really?
It's gone full circle.
Oo nga, si Brother Richie Fernando palang ang intercessor mo.
They said it. Bro Japoy said it like 2 years ago when he had Silent Retreat and Sacred Heart. I was like, whoa, full circle. He was ACMG.
Right. So all these connections, it started from high school and then it grew into college and until now. So FFC cluster head ka na. So what made being part of a faith formation org different from your other orgs?
Well, for me, it's you find the family there in a way. You find the people, like as this. We once talked about it as like all the presidents and us. Late night in Ignacio ni Dad.
Late night talks.
Late night in Ignacio ni Dad. We're all just sitting in the lobby and we're talking about it, and then they're like, they're not your first choice orgs, but they're the orgs you want to stay in as a family kind of thing, and they end up becoming your first choice or your priority org after you've found that family there, after you've seen like you've met all the people, they include you as part of like their friends, their community, their family, their one big barkada, and after that it's like you never want to leave. And that's the fun part, like, and like small things like that, it's really like God brings you to people like who would want to be like together with you as like your friends, as your family, as the people you'd want to spend 4 years of your college life, 4, 5, 6 maybe,
right
of your college life,
depends on you.
So yeah.
Ako especially, I completely resonate with that. When I was in college, I joined ATSCA, so I was part of ATSCA, but I didn't join ATSCA till I was in sophomore year. And that's right na it's not one of the first orgs that you'll join, Faith Formation Cluster, especially when during that time I wasn't the kind of person who's into prayer sessions or talking about God or stuff like that. But actually, I did not have pure motivations for joining that org, except I was just kind of pressured by my roommate or dormmate to join. Ay, sumali ka lang, ganun. Nag-share sila doon, ganun. So I joined, pero that's right. It's of all the orgs, that's the org I stayed the longest and committed to the most, kasi you kind of find a family, you find a family there, and I think that's what's special about FFC. It's not noisy in a sense na parang it's super out there. It's
noisy inside the org room.
It's noisy inside the org room, and they offer you just friendship. Actually, that's what attracted me to the faith. It's more of about I guess how, in terms of my own relationship with God, how I moved from I'm not really into prayer sessions to I lead prayer sessions. Is meeting all these wonderful people who just wanted to befriend you, and then I guess it starts from that.
And well, like, to be fair, my start in ACMG was kind of like that. Another senior member of my high school choir, shout out to Selena Quintos.
Hello!
Hi, Selena, if you're watching. So she became a member of ACMG. And then at that time, when my friends and I, the three of us in our choir who went to Ateneo, she was making us hatak to join ACMG. And of the three, I was the only one who joined immediately.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I joined ACMG. Thought it'd be like side org ko lang.
True.
I thought I'd just be active in Meco because AB Meco ko. So yeah.
Right. I mean, for your CV, right,
Yeah.
and then projects ready are aligned.
Whoop, 180.
Right.
Is it 90? 180.
180.
Whoop, 180. It turns out ACMG was the one I ended up becoming more active in.
Right. So, kumbaga in a sense, it's not, for other people, it's not practical. For other people, it's not practical when you say say you join the Faith Formation Cluster for blah blah blah. But actually, it's practical in a sense that you get the support that you needed and well, you didn't think you need. I guess that's the charm of the Faith Formation Cluster. It's not practical in a sense that it will teach you hard skills like other orgs do.
Yeah.
But that is not to say that
You don't learn anything.
you don't learn anything.
You learn a lot naman.
Right.
Joining any one of the FFC orgs.
That's true. So, okay, So maybe we'll take a short break and we'll listen to this song, which is apparently the theme song for the Year of the Youth. So, enjoy. Yeah.
We are the true stewards of His creation, serving humanity with joy and compassion, creating change amidst our horizon, building a brighter future with youthful passion. So let us sing and dance for the Lord, spreading His word, tune His melody, uniting His nation, one in faith, hope and charity. Let the love of God reign in our hearts, shaping the world with the gifts we impart. Beloved, gifted, empowered through Jesus. We are one in mission. The Lord is with us. We are one. Let the Spirit of Christ be our guide, like a spark of light forged in the sky. Together we'll reach our dreams up high. So let us sing and dance for the Lord, spreading His word, tune His melody, uniting His nation, one in faith, hope and charity. Let the love of God reign in our hearts, shaping the world with the gifts we impart. Beloved, gifted, empowered through Jesus. We are one in mission. The Lord is with us. We are one. gifted, empowered with Jesus. We are one in mission. The Lord is with us. We are one. Love reign in our hearts, shaping the world with the gifts we impart. Beloved, gifted, empowered with Jesus. We are one in mission. The Lord is with us.
You have just heard a song from the Jesuit Music Ministry. Follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
And we're back. So I'm Nikki Frias from the Office of Campus Ministry, and joining me is Niki Almario for the Faith Formation Cluster of the Council of Organizations of the Ateneo.
Hi again.
Ayan, hi again. So you've just heard one of the theme songs for the Year of the Youth, One in Mission. And the theme for the Year of the Youth is Beloved, Gifted, and Empowered. No? So going back to our discussion, kwentuhan regarding your experiences in ACMG, FFC, I was just wondering what your favorite moment or memory is of
There are
being in ACMG or FFC.
There are a lot. For ACMG, I think one of my favorites was in 2017. It was Blue Harmonies 2017.
Blue Harmonies.
ACMG Choir always participated. And we had, in the competition, we sang Prometheus Unbound, which is the competition song based on the poem by Jose Lacaba, I think.
Yeah.
We also sang You Raise Me Up. And what I could remember was our president back then, Elaine Ansong. Shout out to Elaine.
Oh, hello, Elaine. Hope you're well.
Hope you're well and watching. So she was like, guys, puso. Like, you feel the heart of the song. Dapat may puso talaga when you're singing. And it stuck to me. Like, I think after that, like, it's really, if you want to sing and sing any song or sing anything or do anything, dapat may puso talaga. Your heart should be like fully into it and all. Oh, and another reason why I always choose that memory as one of my highlights in ACMG was on the day of Blue Harmonies, 4 of us were sick.
Oh my gosh.
We still won, but 4 of us were sick. Oh yeah,
So,
we won.
but it's good that you were still able to sing during that day.
Here's a revelation I'd want to tell like anyone. If ACGC, if you're listening, the first few lines of Prometheus Unbound, I wasn't even singing. I was mouthing the words because my voice disappeared through singing, trying to sing the words. So, because it started pretty high. It started with like I think E5 as the note, and then by the time like we were like medyo in the lower na medyo na chest voice na ako. That's when I was really pushing my voice out, and then the rest of the song, like my voice came back. My voice was back then for You Raise Me Up, and then after we were done singing, I was like, guys, we did it.
Wala ka ng boses.
Yeah.
Talagang you gave everything for that. So, yeah, congratulations, no? That was in 2017. So, Blue Harmonies, for those who do not know, it's the inter-org competition,
chorale competition made by ACGC. But currently, what I heard from their president, they're not having a Blue Harmonies this year, but they're having like a music fest for like all orgs, all of their choirs can join and just celebrate the gift and love of singing.
Okay, so it's no longer a competition, it's more of a celebration. Right. So ACMG, I mean the charism of ACMG really is
From singing and serving in the mass.
Yes,
You like-
singing, serving in the mass. Yes.
Thank you for singing and serving in the mass.
So that's our routine every after morning masses or noon masses
Yeah.
in the college chapel. So, I don't know. It's also interesting for me how young people also choose to join ACMG, which is really focused on serving in mass and singing, unlike other orgs who have other charisms like teaching, like ASIL,
Yeah.
catechism, or social action,
Atska.
right? Or Ignatian spirituality, companionment, stuff like that. Why did you join ACMG? I mean, I know you were part of a choir before,
Yeah.
pero I mean, why did you stay in the org, which is really so focused on serving in masses, right?
Well, originally, I didn't want to go to Ateneo. I was like, my plan was dead set on like UST or CSB for interior design. But my mom, God bless her, she made me go to Ateneo.
Okay.
And she was like, take a business course first. You could do arts later. You could do anything you want later. Just take a business course. You don't.
So you really wanted arts talaga?
Yeah. So my first year in Ateneo was me just being depressed and moping about, not being able to do what I want. And what's this? ACMG. The reason it was the finding of the family, finding a family there, making friends there. It was really God brought me to these people, and then show me that life isn't so bad, even if like right now you're in Ateneo. No, it's not like I don't like being in Ateneo. Originally I learned to love it, and eventually I learned that my curse isn't so bad.
Right.
But it's like eventually you find like God brought me to people who showed me it's worth to stay, it's worth to find the people who would make you happy, it's worth to find the people who will be a reason for you to want to wake up in the morning, and even if it's like 7 a.m. you go to mass at 7 and you're like, oh, hi there.
Yeah, no, I know that because we were partners for the morning mass
all of last year.
So we have 7:15 a.m. masses
and 12 noon masses.
So kami dalawa ni Nikki yung partner, siya sa choir, tapos ako yung nagsa-set up. So I would see Nikki all flustered in the morning, or she would see me all flustered in the morning, preparing for mass.
Because one or another, one of us would be at least there 10 minutes or 5 minutes before the mass, trying to do a speed setup.
Right. So you don't know pressure if you haven't tried setting up in 5 minutes.
I know, morning mass.
Right. So yung maganda is you found a family there, and I love how you mentioned that being part of ACMG made everything worth it, even not getting the course that you initially wanted. I mean, yes, no, you can still get to that eventually, right? But I also like the part na it's something also that makes you wanna get up in the morning even if it's hard. So why did you choose to take up a leadership role in an FFC org and
onwards? Initially,
was there any particular moment or?
It's the feeling of wanting to give back. Because what ACMG gave to me was friends and family that made me, want to stay and want to do everything at Ateneo. To be a student leader is you're gonna give back to the community that way, and as it kept going on, it's like you still want to give back, like you want to help more and more. So as like the Faith Creation cluster head, it's like you want to give back to all the 5 orgs. Like even if I was never a member of all of them, like slowly becoming friends and knowing more about the orgs through the members from all 5 of them. It's really that you want to give back, you want to help them, you want to make sure that everything goes well for them, because that's the best. That's like, it's like the best way to give back to, a group of people or a big group of people who, have found who you found as family, or finding as family, and who you would like to stay as family even after grad and all.
So it's really para out of gratefulness that you really want to give back. So what is it like to be young, and to share the faith with fellow younger, and then to share the faith or to share this family with other fellow young people? Parang I don't know, parang how I see you is you're also a minister to young people. So what is it like?
In a way, it's kind of difficult because a lot of people nowadays just find, especially if you say faith formation cluster, they're gonna be like, ay, ano yan, ang banal nyo. Dasal-dasal lang kayo. You guys, like, no drinking, no drinking, no fun, no...
Students say that?
Like, lots of people didn't realize that just because we're FFC doesn't mean we can't have fun, or we can't go out, or we're just all banal and pray lang. Like, to an extent, maybe we are banal, and we do pray, but it's the fact na it's hard to.
Parang boring kapag FFC. Parang ganyan dating nila sa kanila.
It's like you're trying to tell them like, oh, like this is what our org does, and they're like, oh, no, think about it. It's not really my thing. But like, it feels too strict. It feels too banal. I'm not a banal person. They're gonna be like that, and we're all gonna, like, all of us, like, in the back of our mind, they're like, so are we. We're not banal people, but we're here because it's what we love to do, and it's like what we believe in and stuff like that.
So did you get a lot of these feedback during the rec week?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So how do you approach something like that? They have images of what FFC is like, and then how do you talk to the person, convince the person, or
that's hard. We try to show that we're not all we're not like fully our stereotypes.
Right.
Like, I mean, to an extent we are, but we're not just all that. Like, we also show like the fun parts of. We try to show the fun parts of what we do in our orgs. Then, like, a lot of us we have board games in ACMG and ASIL.
Right.
They have when I was in ASIL's room earlier, they were playing Pusoy Dos.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
you get to learn a lot of card
games in FFC orgs. Mostly Pusoy Dos.
Yes, Pusoy Dos. Right.
And then every room has instruments. There's always at least a jam session. Sometimes you come there. Like, hopefully a person knows how to play that said instrument. Hopefully, because a lot of us have become non-instrumentalists as time has gone on.
I see. Okay. So, yun nga, people have this stereotype that those who are in the faith formation cluster are always praying, are always quiet, or they don't know how to have fun. But siguro yung what's interesting, I mean, o kaya what people don't know about the faith formation cluster is how this family is formed, within your org or within your cluster. So, what makes FFC fun nga ba? What makes it a family which you want others to know, especially for young people out there who are not part of a faith formation org o kaya who are thinking about it?
I can say is what makes it fun are the people. Really, it's like sila yung nakahatak sa'yo to like join the org. Sila din yung naghahatak sa'yo to like, join in the activities. And they make you meet the people, they make you fall in love with the people, and eventually you'll fall in love with what you're doing in the org. Like, you'll fall in love with singing in the mass, you'll fall in love with going to areas, you'll fall in love with like teaching catechism to children, you'll fall in love with discernment, you'll fall in love with all those things. Like, regardless of if you're gonna think it's hassle to do stuff like that, you're gonna think you're gonna think hassle, mag prayer session, you're gonna fall in love with it eventually, because the people there are the reasons you're gonna fall in love with it. Like in prayer sessions, it's not all just pray. We share our experiences, we pray upon it, we reflect on it, ganyan.
So I guess the secret really is para to breaking the stereotype is for people for people to have actual relationships with people in these orgs. Parang what I get from you is you don't really fall in love with, for example, the charism agad, the singing or the serving or the teaching, but you fall in love first with the people in that org, the friends that you meet in that org. And actually, I completely agree with that. I mean, yun nga, as I mentioned, I was just pressured into joining this Ateneo Student Catholic Action, and I wasn't really interested in what they did, but the people made everything worth it. Getting to share what happens in your life, and I don't think a lot of people get that time or that space for meaningful conversations or meaningful sharings. And not to say that you don't have space for that in secular situations, but I think in faith formation cluster or in faith orgs, not just in Ateneo, even in your parish, that's a space that your orgs offer friendship and a space wherein you can just share what's happening to you or happening with your life. And
so like the thing about that is like with prayer sessions, it's like that 1 hour you can just drop everything, like all the baggage from school and other stuff, just go in, just like let it all out, reflect on it. Maybe have a good cry once in a while, because it does happen.
That's important. A good cry.
It does happen, like a good cry, and then you can pray. You pray about it. You pray like on what you pray. You reflect. You discern on what to do after about it. And that's basically the fun parts of a prayer session.
Right. So when we say that being part of the FC or being part of your youth group or Christian org, it's not really fun in the worldly, not really practical sense na yung tugs fun, but it's really about although I mean FFC orgs we do that also, but then it's not, that's not the point, no, but it's about the relationships that we form. So so we posted a question, would you want to join a faith formation org? So we have 3 choices. So yes, why not? O kaya
it's fun,
not too busy, or can't say really. So just place in your votes, kung would you want to join a faith formation or kami syempre biased kami,
There's no right answers, but the right answer for us is yes.
Yun yung bias kami, pero yun na, maybe you wanna think about it, or maybe you want to consider joining your youth group in the parish. Ayan, so maybe we just take a peek at the comments. Okay, wait. There's a few of them. Okay. Ayan, hello. Ayan, si Miss Kat Cardos. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi.
Sir Lester, good afternoon. Ayun.
Hi, Sir Lester.
Si Francis Liu. Hi, Ma'am Niki Almario.
Hi, Francis.
Ayan. Hi, Francis. Okay. Ayan, si Red. And hi guys there. Hello, Red.
Hi, Red.
Ayan, how are you? How are you daw? We are well.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Ayan. So 50-50 tayo ngayon, no? 50-50 na, too busy.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yes, why not? So maybe you can think about it. Wala namang time limit kung kailan ka sasali ng faith formation.
You can join it like if you're 4th year.
Right. It's never too late.
It's never too late. You could just join it late and experience all the fun from there.
True. No, pwede rin saling pusa. I remember we had a friend, hindi siya sumali sa Rec Week, pero he just always hanged out with us sa ATSCA. So, ang tawag namin sa kanya, ATSCAT. Kasi saling pusa lang siya sa amin sa ATSCA.
There are a lot of people in ACMG, like they join like mid-school year, but I think at the time, like, I don't know if Koa was strict about, like, but Koa and Osa were strict about you can't join after rec week or whatever.
So they're not,
I don't know. I don't remember if it was like that, but we always kept that member a secret. So like he joins, he does all of our activities, but he's a very secret member. His name is not in the database, but he's there.
Sa mga kolorum na mga members. Right. Pero yun nga, no, so maybe you could explore, no? Actually nga, maybe you'd want to find a community that fits your personality. Now, even if all of the 5 are faith formation, the personalities of the org
they're all
very different. Very different. Iba rin yung charisms nila. So, maybe it's actually a matter of finding the right fit for you. So, yun. No? So thank you, Nikki, for sharing your experiences.
Thank you, ma'am.
With the Faith Formation Cluster. And I just wanted to ask you, what would you like to tell to fellow young people like you, member of a youth group, church youth group, or not?
To all the fellow young people, just for all the fellow young people, to all people who are similarly aged. That's so weird to say.
Okay, to friends, like
to friends, family, all the people in the world.
Yes.
Like, regardless of if you're in a youth group, if you're not in a youth group, if you're in FFC org or not, you can find God in anything and everything. Maybe it's the people you meet in every day. Maybe it's like the things you experience. Like, all of those things. Like, you don't have to be like the most banal person or whatever. You just like, you can experience God in everything talaga.
Right.
And also, quick plugs.
Siyempre, plugs.
Who doesn't love plugs?
Yes, shameless plugging. Go.
Shameless plugging. So, first from YFC Ateneo, their youth camp is coming up soon. It's on, I think, October 4 to 6. Check out the YFC Ateneo Facebook page for more details.
Right.
And we have a collaborative project with all the FFC orgs coming up on November. This is in collaboration with RC Live and OCM. It's Year of the Youth. It's the Year of the Youth Culmi activities. So we hope you guys can join us. We're still in the planning stages, but we really hope you guys can, just come, tambay, join everything.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Free food. So yeah,
that's one good thing.
Yeah, free food. Yeah. All right. Sige, no. So before we end, we always have this one final question. Where did you find God this week, or maybe last week? Where did you find God this week or last week? Sige, so to be fair, I'll start. So, siguro, for me, I just watched Weathering with You the other day. So it's this animated film by Makoto Shinkai. And I just really love the film. Sabi ko nga, it's the kind of film that leaves you with that warm, quiet, contented feeling. So, I loved it. So, yun, I don't get any cut from them, but then if you have time, maybe it would be nice to watch Weathering with You, no? Weathering with You. So, go watch Weathering with You if you have time.
It's not sponsored by Ma'am Nikki.
Not sponsored, but I really recommend it. Alright. Ikaw naman, Nikki, where did you find God this week?
For me, maybe as having my ICs with YFC and ASEL. Like, was my first IC with YFC is my second one with ASEL, and it was fun because I got to connect more with the people in the YFC table and connect more with the people in the ASEL table, and I got to play the guitar again after maybe several months to almost a year of never touching a guitar.
Oh yeah.
So my fingers really hurt.
Nawala na yung kalyo eh.
Yeah.
Nawala na yung kalyo. Alright. No. So yun nga pala, quick plug. The JESCOM has a booth in the Manila International Book Fair, which is from September 11 to September 15, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the SMX Convention Center, Mall of Asia Complex. Alright. So if you'd like to drop by there and buy some good stuff from JESCOM and other books there, no, just drop by. Alright. Sige. So thank you so much for tuning in or for watching us. We hope that you learned more about the Faith Formation Cluster, or we have convinced you to join a youth org.
Hopefully.
Or maybe you think about it. So I'm Nikki.
And I'm Nikki.
This has been your Campus Ministers on Air, signing out.
Shine with the joy and the love of the Lord. We are called to be light for the kingdom, to live in the freedom of the city of God. We are called to act with justice. We are called to love tenderly. We are called to serve one another, to walk smartly with God. Come, open your heart, show your mercy to all those in fear. We are called to be hope for the hopeless, so hatred and blindness will be no more. We are called to act with justice. We are called to love tenderly. We are called to serve one another, to walk humbly with God. Sing a new song. Sing on the great day when all will be one. God will reign, and we'll walk with each other as sisters and brothers, united in love. We are called to act with justice. We are called to love tenderly. We are called to serve one another, to walk humbly with God. We are called to act with justice. We are called to love tenderly. We are called to serve one another, to walk humbly with
God. 3 o'clock prayer. You died, Jesus, but the source of life flowed out for souls, and the ocean of mercy opened up for the whole world. O fountain of life, immeasurable divine mercy, cover the whole world and empty yourself out upon us. O blood and water, which flowed out from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy for us, I trust in you. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us and the whole world. Amen. Jesus, King of Mercy, we trust in you.